My goal here is simple. Funner for everyone.
Hey, Jane, you having fun?
Woo!
Is that legal?
Because around here, funner is a state of mind.
What is going on, Laker fans? Little Lakers Talk Daily on this Friday, closing up the week. Appreciate you guys being a part of the show. Please subscribe to the channel. As you guys know, we're putting up a ton of content. I'm doing content on a daily basis around Lakers basketball, so always finding a story here. First time you've been on, welcome. Please subscribe to ESPN LA. Quick shout out. Thank you to Harris Resort SoCal. Find your funner state of mind with a visit to Harris Resort SoCal, voted best resort in funner California. From dining to unwinding, you'll find fun around every corner. Learn more at harrissocal.com. Appreciate their partnership. 2 hours away from downtown Los Angeles. Great place for a staycation, harrissocal.com. Okay, I wanted to spend a little bit of time on this today. So we found out yesterday, Darvin Ham said after practice, I'll read a quote here, Mike Trudell's Twitter. He went through a full practice talking about D'Angelo Russell, and we expect him to be available for tomorrow. Also said that D'Angelo will go back to the starting lineup. Dennis Schroder will go back to the bench. Ham added that Schroder will be in the mix to finish games. Okay, so Lake fans, we got no idea when LeBron's going to come back. And I don't think, we could really kind of depend on that just because we don't know really the severity of the injury to be reevaluated in 3 weeks. Maybe a week has gone by, whatever it's been. I think we all know it's going to take some time before Bron comes back. And when he does come back, there's only going to be a limited amount of time, a limited amount of games left before it's all said and done. So best case scenario, Bron's maybe back for the final week, and then you kind of take your chances from there. But we don't know. Maybe that scenario doesn't exist. The reason why I set it up that way is because D'Angelo coming back to the Lakers, he missed 6 games, is kind of this is the best your roster can be moving forward, unless Bron is able to come back or whenever Bron is able to come back. D'Angelo's a big piece, so this is not a small piece just coming into play. I've been waiting, and I keep harping on it, that I think D'Angelo Russell, by the way, I think D'Lo, Anthony Davis, and the rest of the squad, that's good enough to get in the playing tournament. I think this Lakers team is proving that they could fight every single night, but they still got a long way to go. You go look at those standings, there is no comfort in where the Lakers are. Yes, they're in 9th place. Yes, they're a game and a half from 6th, 7th, and 8th, but they're also 1 game out of being in 13th again. So you go on a 2-game losing streak, then everything can change from there. And I think these next 2 matchups are going to be tough ones. But D'Lo is going to help tremendously. I don't know how long it's going to take for him to get back to game shape, get back to where he's comfortable, get back to 100%. But how critical D'Angelo Russell is, well, you saw just in that quote that he's going to come back to the starting lineup, which I think he's a better starter than Dennis Schroder, no questions asked. He just is. He's a better basketball player. He's a bigger point guard. He's a bigger threat of hitting jumpers. He's a bigger threat of getting guys the ball at the right time. Now, I think what it also does, as somebody that's been a big fan of what Dennis Schroder has done all season for the Lakers, he hasn't been perfect, but the dude's a gamer. It puts Dennis Schroder as the quarterback of the bench unit, which I think is going to help that bench unit. It's going to help Rui, and it's going to help Austin Reeves, and it's going to help Lonnie Walker. I think Dennis Schroder will thrive in that role of just kind of setting up the guys. Are his numbers going to come down? Of course they are. Probably his minutes are going to come down as well. But the last thing that Darvin Ham said there, which I think is as important as anything else, Dennis Schroder will still be in the mix to finish games. And I like that competition at the end. I like that you're not guaranteed to close out a game just because you started. You're not guaranteed to close out a game just because your name is D'Angelo Russell. I think there will be a competition to close out games. And a lot of it's going to be based on how certain guys are playing, what they're doing on the defensive side, what matchups look like. So I don't think Dennis Schroder is going to see this crazy drop-off in production. I don't think it's going to be crazy of what he's going to bring to the table for the Lakers. But I do think there'll obviously be a big-time adjustment. And if you're D'Angelo, what an opportunity. Here are the Lakers sitting in 9th place. You're coming back. We all kind of been talking about how important he is. Bron is out. D'Lo can really, really help the Lakers get to a position by the time April 9th rolls around, which is the last regular season game, where they feel like, hey, you know what? The season was up and down, but we feel good about where we're at, and D'Angelo's got to be a big piece of that. So I'm excited to see D'Angelo Russell come back. At the same time, I think they'll still be able to use Dennis Schroder. I think everybody just kind of goes back to their natural role is what you're kind of looking for. Laker fans, let me know what you think. How much of an impact do you think D'Angelo Russell can have on this team moving forward? And do you want to see Dennis Schroder still kind of in those situations where he's closing out games? Feel free to leave some comments. Please subscribe to the channel here on ESPN LA. Appreciate you guys being a part of the show. Lakers, Toronto Raptors tonight. Late tip-off. 7:30 tip-off. Pre-games at 6. Thanks, Laker fans. We'll get back with you guys on Monday.